Hi, it's Aubrey Shepherd. John, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
Got
it is.
anything?
It is the time to
some-
plant potatoes.
I think that's a little green on your shirt.
Well, I usually look green
Oh,
anyway.
okay, well, me too. This is my backyard, John.
Well,
You've
it's
seen
full
it.
of leaves.
Yeah, it's full of leaves because
They're
they-
floating
Yes, they're floating
on water.
on water. And this was Sunday the 16th, and it rained early in the morning, a lot of rain. And it had quit raining, and the water was soaking in slowly.
Well, we need the rain, and we need it to soak in slowly.
And that's the reason I use these pictures, to show people. You can see the leaves over there on some of the higher parts of the backyard. They have snow on them, but the snow's melting, of course, when it falls on the rain.
Right.
And the leaves are floating on the rain, and some of the leaves have a little bit of snow, even though they're floating on top of the rain. And the snow's light, it doesn't.
We had
sink.
everything but thunder this time.
No, I think we had some of that
Did
too.
we have some thunder? I didn't hear it.
Well, I think so, but anyhow, it was a pretty wild storm. And you can see my old Piro, my little 12-foot Bill Norman
Right.
duck boat that
Yeah,
I used
I
to
see
use
the-
all the time.
see
And
the
I
duck
just
boat,
rest there,
right.
and the birds use the upside down part of it to get some drinking water when it's after a rain like this. But anyhow, this is what's good about wetland. And this is a seasonal wetland. Our yard, it's adjacent to the World Peace Wetland Prairie. World Peace Wetland Prairie is
Right.
lower than this. So, but there's no runoff into World Peace Wetland Prairie.
Right.
Except at extreme rain, there'll be some. It stays in that yard and soaks in. And
Right.
it goes down and it gets to the creek, which is a couple 150 yards at the most away. And it gets into the groundwater, and that way it gets into the stream or even into the bedrock. We don't know just where it goes because we know there's a fault through that area.
Right.
And here, this is a front yard, and you saw it there. You've got some dandelions.
Sad daffodils.
Daffodils, yeah, daffodils. Okay, community radio. I know you've contributed to them in the past, and
I believe that.
I understand they made $10,000. I went over there and took pictures of a lot of things they
That's
had
good.
for sale, a live auction. I mean, a silent auction. And there's a lady that you've seen on Cat.
Yes,
you've been
I've
watching
seen and had her, attended one or two of her
shows.
concerts.
And she's gonna come out with a CD soon. Anyway, there's something from one of my neighbors, Terra Tots. It's downtown now. It used to be at MLK. And here's something by Donna Sterna, and it's a montage. And here's something by Rita Ward. Just a lot of folks contributed things. It was just a
Right.
big
For
room
the auction,
full.
yeah.
And that's a radio for those who don't remember them. A very fancy one.
Well,
I never
I
had
do.
one like that.
Right.
But anyway, what's community radio? It'll be staffed predominantly by volunteers running the station, creating their own content, local musicians, poets, authors, independent DJs with their own playlists, local personalities, stories, perspectives, promotion of local music, and so forth. The arts and cultural events, live coverage of community events and demonstrations, political opinions not typically heard. Okay, that's a lot like what? Public access TV, where we are.
Right.
But it'll be just on the air for people that don't want maybe to be a
Right.
part of the picture. And sometimes I don't want to be part of the picture. This is on University Avenue, and it's south of the National Cemetery. It's the Oak Cemetery. Some of the signs say Oaks Cemetery, but I think the original name is really Oak Cemetery. You notice the trees are just stumps along the
Right,
west
I do.
boundary?
I
I'm
do.
not sure what they're thinking there. It's just strange, and of course it means less vegetation to cleanse our air and less beauty along there. So maybe they're going to do something, but I know there is an effort to get this put on the National Register of Historic Places and get some grants and so forth to
Right.
fix it up. But the last thing you'd want to do is take out any of the vegetation around the periphery. I mean, volunteers mow the cemetery. And that cemetery is from back early in the 1800s. And it's been neglected at times.
Right. Well, they're restoring lots of them. There's one out of Baldwin they started restoring.
Yeah. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See you. Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd, recording on the 20th of March 2014, and the 20th of April 2014 will be Earth Day at World Peace Wetland Prairie. It'll be the 10th annual Earth Day at World Peace Wetland Prairie. And we'll have the usual music, and hope everybody who's ever been there will show up this year. That's actually Easter Sunday afternoon, 1 to 5 p.m. as usual, between church services, so everybody can attend. The old Chevrolet you see was parked a few days ago at the Spell Senior Center, and it's so well preserved. I believe it's a 1931 model maybe, or might have that wrong. But anyhow, it's a wonderfully restored vehicle, beautiful. Everybody was looking at it, envious. See the difference in the size of a pickup from the 1930s to the 2000 teens. Quite a difference in size and many things, but that one's beautiful. This is Pinnacle Wet Prairie, and it has been wet this winter with snow cover. And actually, I came to that spot the other day to listen to and record some frog sounds, because the frogs have been out on the nice days singing, and spring peepers, and the green, what are they called? Green tiger? No, let's see. Anyway, leopard frogs, yeah. Okay, you can see water runs across the trail at Pinnacle Prairie, and that's by design, because the land to the right is adjacent to World Peace Wetland Prairie, and the natural flow areas are represented on that parcel on old maps, but you can't see them until it rains, and you can tell that that's following the old flow patterns from the Rocher Hill, where those new apartments have been built on top of the mountain. And it's going to be beautiful soon, but right now it just looks sort of dreary. And the old dead grass from the previous year is still there. Okay, city council meeting on the 18th of March. You can see some veterans there. They're from there to be honored by the city, and they're great donors to the RNCIC group, the fundraising group for the National Cemetery. And there's a couple of them outside, and Judge Story was there, and it was a big night at the city council, because many things were discussed and several things were passed, including the urban agriculture new version. And there's Hershey Garner, one of the city's best-known doctors and donors to many charitable things. And his wife is a big supporter of the local food production and sharing local food, locally grown food, with people who have a problem with getting enough. Those are two lawyers, And they were both in law school about 30 years ago, they said. That's why they were pretty good friends. Daffodils. Daffodils are world peace wetland prairie. And they're the only thing in bloom except some of the tiny non-native things. Of course, daffodils are mostly non-native, but you know, they don't take over and spread, and they're not ugly, and they don't block out other things. And they have their early bloom period, which is a real benefit to those who are tired of snow and brown vegetation, and they're just beautiful. One of them, or two, you'll see here. Actually, see a tiny spider on that one. That's the kind of spider that you see on flowers all summer, and they work best, they fit best on yellow flowers because they tend to be tan to yellow color themselves. And they're beneficial things. They eat bad little things you can't see, and they don't bite you. They'll walk around on your hand if you want to allow them to. And they're beautiful themselves. Hard to get a real good close-up of them. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See you.